Even though you intended to do harm to me, God intended it for good in order to preserve a numerous people. And God is doing that today. It's from Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. Last week's sermon, we considered the question, when someone does something bad or wrong or evil, how does God want us to respond? This week, we will ask this particular question. When someone does something bad or wrong or evil, how does God respond? The main focus of the sermon will be from Joseph. Remember Joseph and his brothers who had sold him into slavery. And in overcoming this betrayal and the suffering that he endured, Joseph not only came to a point to forgive his brothers, but he also recognized how God transformed what his brothers intended for evil so that Joseph could eventually come to the point to be able to protect his family as well as the families of all of Egypt from that famine. The good news is that if God has the creative and healing power to transform the evil done against Joseph and move it into good, then God has the creative and healing power to transform the evil that is in our lives and bring it into a place of benefit for us. Being a witness to God's creative and healing power gives grace for ourselves and even towards our enemies, and it opens up the possibilities of forgiveness, releasing the resentments and bitterness of our past, enabling us to fully embrace where God is leading us into our future. If we can come to trust God's creative and healing powers in our own lives, God can also help us see ourselves as God's heroes, as opposed to being just helpless victims in our day-to-day living. And if we can believe that we are the heroes of our own lives, just like Joseph, then what might be accomplished in that believing and trusting that God is there on our side? Oh, that would bring such good news. Amen.